You always wanted to learn. Have you guys seen the material at least? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I think you guys have materials with you also. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Second thing, and this course, I mean to say this paper per se, income tax 60, GST 40. Before this attempt, I mean to say the new syllabus, this paper was MCQ based paper. That means you were given 4 options. You have to tick the most appropriate answer. Okay. Now they made partially MCQ, majorly descriptive one. When I say that, how many of you know this scheme, the paper scheme? Have you guys know anything about this?
Yes,
If you guys know, can you please tell the other friends of yours so that they will also get to know? If there is anything missing, I will correct that one or I will add. Yes, Manoj. How this paper will be set?
30% is MCQ and 70% is descriptive.
I don't think 30%. I think it is 20 marks MCQ and 80 marks is descriptive. That 20 marks MCQ could be the ratio could be maybe 60:40. That means 60% of income tax MCQ may come, 40% of GST MCQ may come. I'm thinking in that way because the proportion in which they have divided the course, the paper rather. Okay. When you see the question paper, I always advise the people that if you know the MCQ, quickly answer and keep it aside. Okay. Then take up the descriptive. If you know descriptive well, first solve descriptive, then come back to MCQ. Either way it is okay. But ensure that whatever you guys are answering, it should be 100% perfect. Then only take up the set, be it MCQ or descriptive one. Right? Once you see my screen, please let me know. Okay. Okay. It starts from here. Okay, first chapter. It starts from this page. Okay, here we will know we have to study only few definitions, and I'm sure they will not ask anything relating to this in the exam, the definition per se, but you guys should be knowing few things. How many of you have studied tax earlier?
During BCom.
Yes, during BCom. I mean, quite a few numbers. Okay, those who haven't studied, don't worry. Okay, first, we are going to study this tax. In tax, there are two types of taxes. One is direct tax, another one is indirect tax. Okay, direct tax is the one tax which is levied by the central government on the person who earns the income. What is this? On the person who earns the income. Indirect tax is the levy on the person who consumes the goods or services. Okay. For the moment, I will take out this. We don't want this one now. Only for the differentiation purpose I wrote. What is meant by direct tax? Direct tax is the tax levied by the central government on the person who earns the income. Okay, there emerges two meanings to be understood. One is person and another one is income. Yes or no? The all other are straightforward English on the person. That means who is the person who earns the income. That means what is meant by income. Okay, there are 7 types of persons are there. How many types? 7. Okay, one is individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, firm, local authority, company, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, artificial juridical person. Okay, how many types of persons are there? How many types are there? 7. Who are them? Who are they? Individual. Individual means we are individuals, right? Individual means the natural person is the individual. HUF means family, having same family joining together, starting the new business or venture. That is called as HUF. AOP means association of persons. Association of persons means 2 or more persons join together to carry out some specific business or venture. When we say person could be individual, 2 or more individuals, or one individual or one HUF, or one individual or one firm, or one individual or firm or local authority. Individual, HUF, firm, local authority, company, AJP all join together and start doing the specific venture or business. Association of persons. Okay. Next one, body of individuals. Body of individual means only individuals can be associated to carry out the specific venture or business. AOP, any person. Body of individual means only individuals. Firm means 2 or more persons join together to start the business. Firm includes LLP. What is that? Firm includes LLP. LLP means legal liability partnership. In income tax, there is no distinguish between firm and LLP, both one and the same. Whereas in Companies Act, firm is different, LLP is different. I think most of you guys know. Okay. Next, local authority means the authority which controls the specific rural areas. Those are all called local authorities. Company, you guys know, since you are company secretary students, company means any body corporate registered under the Companies Act is called as company. AJP means artificial juridical person, your temple, mosque, deities are called artificial juridical person. Any confusion in this? Okay, just to have the overview of who are all persons. Okay. Next, when they earn the income, it becomes taxable. When, what is the period in which they earn the income is taxable. That here the question arises in the previous year in which assessee or person earns the income will be taxable. Okay. Now the another definition arises. What is meant by previous year? This is important. Okay. Previous year is a period of 12 months or lesser than 12 months in which income is earned. What is meant by previous year? Previous year is the year consisting of 12 months or less than 12 months in which the income is earned. That means if you are not starting any business during the year from 1st April and you are starting the business anytime in the year starting from 1st April to 31st March, in the middle if you are starting any business, or if you have joined any employment, or if you have rented any, if you have rented any building, when you receive the rent, and if you have sold any capital asset, when you get the capital gains, or when you invested some amount on which you receive the interest, those things are the incomes which you earned or received during the previous year. These could happen anytime between 1st April of every year and ending on 31st March of next year. Okay, that means starting from 1st April of every year and ending on 31st March next year is your previous year. Any doubt in this? For our examination purpose, our previous year is 22-23. What is our previous year? What is our previous year? 22,
April 22 to March 23.
March 23. Okay. If you have started any business in the middle, from that day to 31st March is the previous year. Otherwise, the previous year is starting from 1st of April of every year, ending on 31st March of next year. Okay. In this year, if you earn any income, it will be taxable in the next year. That is called as assessment. Assessment year. Assessment year is a period of 12 months. How many months? Period of 12 months, starting from 1st of April every year and ending on 31st March of next year. It will always be like this. 1st of April of every year it starts, ends on 31st March next year. For our examination purpose, our assessment year is 23-24. Understood? It starts from 1st April 23, ends on 31st March 24. In which whatever the income earned during the previous year 22-23 will be assessed to tax in the assessment year 23-24. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, please answer. What is the assessment year for this and what is the previous year for this?
The previous year would be 1st October 22 to 31st March 2023.
Okay.
Assessment year would be 1st April 2023 to March 2024.
24. Okay. Excellent. What is the previous year and what is the assessment year?
Previous year is just one day for 31st March 2023. Your assessment year for that income earned on the 31st March will be 23 to 24.
23. That means my previous year is 22-23 only. And my assessment year is 23-24.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the previous year and what is the assessment year? Current previous year and current assessment year for this.
So the previous year for year 2012 will be
No. 2012 you started the business.
okay.
It is still carrying on. In this case, my previous year will always be 22-23.
22-23 assessment year.
Assessment year is 23-24. I hope you guys are clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are all the things we understood? Who are the persons? What is meant by previous year? What is meant by assessment year? Yes? Right? On whom the tax will be levied? Tax will be levied on assessee. Tax will be levied on assessee. That means the another definition emerges. Who is an assessee? Okay. Assessee is a person on whom tax or any other sums payable. Assessee is a person who is liable to pay tax or any other sums. Any other sums in the sense it could be penalty under the Income Tax Act, late fees or the fees or any other such sums as authorized by the Income Tax Department. Okay, which will be levied and collected from assessee. All assessees are persons, but all persons are not assessees. Do you guys agree? All assessees are persons, but all persons are not assessees. Do you guys agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Because if he is a person who falls under this seven types, from whom the tax will be collected, he becomes an assessee. Assessee should be person. Okay? Example, you guys are an individual. You may not having the income which is liable to tax. You will not become an assessee. Still, you will be a person. Okay? Are you guys getting the link? Okay. Now, how many definitions we saw? Who is an individual? Who are persons? What is meant by previous year? What is meant by assessment year? Who is an assessee? We saw. Okay. Remember these four definitions. Going forward, when I ask who are persons, please tell me the 7 categories of persons.
Sir, can you give an example how all persons can't be assessees?
All persons cannot be assessees. Okay, are you working or not working?
Not working, sir.
Not working. Assume that you do some income by doing some what do you call some stage shows or any other thing. You earn income. Assume that you will get 2 lakhs income in a year. Okay, you are an individual. On the 2 lakh, there is no tax. You will not become an assessee because tax is not levied or any other sums due from the income tax department is not levied on you. You will be an individual person, but no sums will be levied. Tax or any other sums is not levied on you. You will not be an assessee.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I will go through these things fast because there is nothing much to explain. Please, I would request you guys to go through the definitions as per the tax because I will be telling in the layman language. You can relate the same thing with the text given in the material. Okay, this is the person definition, assessee, assessment year, previous year. We saw these 4. Next comes India. What is the meaning of India? What do you say if I ask you define India? What you guys will say? India means what?
Our country.
I know. Apart from that, you have to define India, no? I will ask you to draw India. You will write only our country or anything you guys will write. Okay, let me take up this later. Individuals, Hindu Undivided Family 2, Firm and LLP 3, EOP BOI 4, Local Authority 5, Artificial Juridical Person 6. Where is the company? Where is the company? See, company 7. They haven't included there, I don't know. 7 is the company. Okay.
Sir, can you just once again give abbreviation of LLP?
LLP means Limited Liability Partnership. Okay. Second, assessee. Assessee means a person by whom any tax or any other sum of money is payable under this act means Income Tax Act. Okay, any other sum of money means penalty, interest, late fee, fees. Those things are called other sums. Other sum. Okay, that's the reason I told please go through according to the act language always. I will explain in a layman language so that it can catch your mind easily. But while understanding, please go through this. Okay, whatever I tell, it will be there. Whatever the example I give, it may not be there. Okay. All these things, it is not that important. Those who wants to study for the first time to understand, they can obviously go through that. Assessment year. Assessment year means a period of 12 months, I told, commencing from 1st April of every year, ending on 31st March of next year is our assessment year. For our examination purpose, our assessment year is 23-24. Okay, we are going to study the Finance Act 22. Don't read Finance Act 23. 23 will applicable from next year. Okay, previous year. Income tax is payable on the income which is earned during the previous year. I told you, no, the income will be taxable during the previous year in which year you earn them, and it is assessed in the immediately succeeding the financial year or the previous year, which is called as assessment year. The income which is earned in the previous year will be assessed to tax in the assessment year. Okay, the previous year could be a period of 12 months or less than 12 months. Okay, they're all given. If you guys go through this once, at least first time, please go through once. Whatever I told, you may relate that one to these definitions. See, Y sets up a new business on 15th May 22. What is the previous year? Previous year commencing from 15th May and ending on 31st March 23. What is the assessment year? Always 23-24 for this. Or anything which has the previous year 22-23, assessment year will be 23-24. All these things they have given. Next comes India. India means what? India means India means territory of India. Territory of India means what? Land mass. Land mass. Land mass means what? Wherever you find the land in the India, that is called as land mass or territory of India, and its territorial waters. Territorial waters means the sea, seabed, and underlying the sea. Subsoil under the sea is there, no? That one, which extends up to 12 nautical miles. How much? 12 nautical miles is called as India. That means India means, one second. India means, this is assume that I'm just writing like this. This is India. The sea, which extends up to 12 nautical miles, is India, and the airspace, which includes the territorial water as well as land mass, the airspace, that is also India. Understood? India means territory of India, territorial waters, and airspace above territory of India and territorial waters. That is called as India. No questions will be asked on this, but we should know what is defined as per Act. Okay, that's the reason why just I am telling all these things. No, question will not come. Okay, don't think that you will get the question. Next, income. It's a huge definition. I will not go into that. Okay. Whatever it is given in the first paragraph, I will only take that one because it has got around 24 items. See here, all these things are 23 items are there. How many items? 23 items. Okay. All these things are income only. I will, as and when we start solving or starting with the sum of the heads of income, I will be keep telling that it will be included in these definitions. Okay. Income definition. Income means all revenue receipts, monetary items, and capital gains specifically included. All revenue incomes are included, but only one exception, that capital gains is also included under income. Okay. See here, income is the consumption and savings opportunity gained by an entity within a specific time frame, which is generally expressed in monetary terms. That is nothing but revenue item. However, for households and individuals, income is sum of all the wages. Salary is income. If you are doing any business, if you get profit, that is income. If you have deposited any amount in the bank on which you earn or receive interest, that is income. If you have house or commercial property which has been let out, from that if you receive rent, that is also income. And any other forms of earnings received. Earnings received means if you have invested in the shares of the another company, when you receive the dividend, that is also income in a given period of time. This is the meaning of income, but the list goes up to 23 items. Profit and gains, dividend, voluntary contribution, perquisite, salary. In the salary head, we will going to learn all these things. Same special allowance, all these things we are going to learn in salary head. Okay. These are all the meaning or definition included under income. Okay, you need not have to remember all those things. It is not required. Only one item I will suggest you to remember. That is PF contribution. Employees contribution towards provident fund. Only this one you need to remember. Other things I will be keep telling. Please mark this one somewhere. Write it somewhere. Employees contribution to provident fund. It will be treated as income. When I do the PGBP chapter, I will tell you. Please make a note of this. Are you guys able to hear me right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it boring? As of now,
No,
yes.
sir.
No, sir.
Don't be diplomat. If it is boring, please tell me. I don't mind. I know that these are all boring theories. Okay. The next chapter I will start very soon. The residency status. From there, the interest may come. Okay. See, those things, income, you will not get any question, but you should know what is income. All revenue items are income. Revenue receipts are income, and one capital gain is also an income. Otherwise, capital receipt is never be taxed. Okay. In that capital gain also, there are few things which is not chargeable to tax. Okay. When I come to capital gain chapter, again I will tell you all these things.
So, what are capital receipts?
Capital receipts could be many. One is when you transfer any capital asset, which is the definition of capital asset given in the capital gain chapter. Those, if you transfer in the sense if you sell in the narrow terminology, sale, but the broader terminology is transfer. Okay, if you sell any capital asset, if you get any gain, that will be chargeable to tax as income. Capital receipt could be anything in the sense
Like mutual funds or SIP, is that?
no, it is also taxable. It is also taxable.
Okay.
That is also covers under capital gain, capital asset.
Sale proceeds.
Sale proceeds is taxable under the PGBP. Capital receipt could be unexpected revenue will come. I mean,
That is something like
Like gift money.
no, gift is also taxable. Gift is also taxable. I told you, no, all are included, but they have not. They have told that capital receipt only the capital gain is taxable, but there are many things. Example, military, the person who is working in the army, if that person dies, when the spouse of that person receives any award or any compensation, that is not taxable if they exclusively tell that this amount is not taxable as compensation for the of the deceased person. That could be one of the cases, but you cannot easily identify whether it is capital and revenue. The onus on the assessee to prove it is capital. In most of the cases, the assessee will fail to prove because all are included in the definition. Okay, from here we are going to start our syllabus. What is that? Residential status. Okay, shall I start? From here, actual syllabus will start from here. Okay, residential status. Why this residential status is important? Okay, only the resident who is the resident of India or who becomes the resident will be taxable under the Income Tax Act from the Indian income source and also the foreign income source. Only resident is taxable on the source from India and also from the foreign source. Only resident is taxable. Second one, non-resident will be taxable only the income which accrue or arise from Indian source. Can you guys understanding? Resident is taxable on the global income. Global income means Indian income plus foreign income. Both income resident is chargeable to tax. Second one, non-resident will be chargeable to tax only on the Indian income which accrues or arise or received in India. Deemed to accrue or arise or received in India. Only that income non-resident is taxable. There is one more category, not ordinarily resident. Not ordinarily resident. I will explain everything one by one. Just I am giving you overview. Okay. Not ordinarily resident will be taxable on the Indian source plus any income which accrues to him outside India from the business controlled from India. that foreign income is also chargeable to tax in the hands of not ordinarily resident. Okay. These three categories are there only for individuals and HUF. We will restrict our residential status chapter or topic only to the extent of individuals and companies. We will not going to learn HUF the other persons, because normally you will not get question on those things, only on the individuals, and at times you will get the question on company. Hence I will restrict my lecture only with respect to these two persons. Okay. Now the question arises with respect to individual, how to determine the residential status. Only on that basis any person is chargeable to tax. Understood? Only on the basis of residential status any person is liable to be charged. Now tell me, are you guys are resident or non-resident?
Resident.
Resident, sir.
How?
Resident, sir.
ಸಾರಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೌ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್?
Sir, resident, sir.
ಅದೇನೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಹೌ?
Sir, born in India, no, sir.
Born in India, that means resident?
No, sir. So we should have been at least stayed in India for at least 182 days during the previous year.
Okay, there are certain conditions to be fulfilled. Now we are going to learn how to understand those conditions. Once you satisfy those conditions, how to apply those conditions to the problems. I mean to say the cases. Okay, we will learn one by one. First, test of residential status of individuals. You guys need to understand thoroughly this one. Little challenging or challenges are there. Okay, when we read, it becomes very easy. When you start applying that one, we will get to know the challenges. I will caution you guys where to concentrate more. Okay, in this basic condition, nothing to be such, what you call, such serious challenges are you are going to face, but you have to understand thoroughly. To be treated as resident for an individual, he has to satisfy any one of the basic condition. How many basic condition? One basic condition. If he satisfies out of two basic conditions, if any one basic condition he satisfies, he becomes resident. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I will open the notes so that you guys can understand easily. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, residential status. The incidence of tax. Incidence of tax means when the tax liability accrues or arises to an to any assessee depends upon its residential status and are classified into three broad categories on the basis of their residential status. One is resident and ordinarily resident. Second one is resident but not ordinarily resident. Third one is non-resident. Only these three will be applicable only to individual and HUF. We will not going to study HUF. We will restrict these things to individual. Why? Because this is more important. You will get definite one question from this, either for 5 marks or 6 marks. Descriptive. I mean to say the what do you call the practical questions, not the MCQ ones. They may ask in the MCQ also, but the more probable chance of asking in descriptive lengthier question will come from this topic. Okay. See, resident and ordinarily resident. If any one or both of the basic condition satisfies and both the additional conditions he should satisfy to be called as resident and ordinarily resident, one has to satisfy any one or both the basic condition and both the additional condition. We are not gone into learn what are basic condition and addition condition. Please remember these points. Okay, I will explain you everything in detail. You may ask any number of time until you guys understand it thoroughly. Okay. Next, to be called an individual as resident but not ordinarily resident, he should satisfy at least one or both of the basic condition. These two are one and the same. Once he becomes resident, we have to test whether he is ordinarily resident or not ordinarily resident. For that, we need to test the additional condition. If an individual who satisfies both, he becomes ordinarily resident. If any individual satisfies one or none of the additional condition, he becomes not ordinarily resident. If an individual who doesn't satisfy any of the basic condition, he becomes non-resident. Understood? I will share these notes. Don't worry. I will share these notes. Okay? Who is an resident and ordinarily resident? Who is an resident and ordinarily resident?
So resident is the one who is taxable for both foreign income and the Indian income.
No. Resident is a person who has to satisfy any one or both of the basic condition, and if he satisfies both the additional condition, he becomes resident and ordinarily resident. Okay. Non-resident means any individual who doesn't satisfy any of the basic condition. He is a non-resident. Why it is important to classify these into these categories? To tax the income. That means resident and ordinarily resident will be chargeable to tax on the global income. Global income means Indian income as well as foreign income is taxable in his hands. Resident but not ordinarily resident is chargeable to tax only with respect to Indian income plus any business situated outside India controlled from India. Not only resident is liable to pay tax. Non-resident only on the income which accrues or arise deemed to accrue or arise in India is taxable. That is the scope. Why it is incidence means this one, resident and ordinary resident. Okay. Now I am going to explain the basic conditions. See, this residential status should be determined for each previous year. You need to test this. Okay, obviously, if any person who hasn't left India, you need not have to test. If there is a frequent going to foreign countries, coming back, going, coming back, going, coming back, for that persons, we need to test all these things. Okay. See, an individual is said to be resident in India in any previous year if he satisfies any one or both the basic conditions. What the basic condition one says? His stay in India during the previous year. Previous year means in our case 22-23. In the previous year 22-23, if any individual who stays in India for a period of 182 days or more, that means you and I will be treated as resident if we stay in the year 2022-23 in India only for how many days? 182 days or more. Then we become resident. If first condition itself is satisfied, we become resident. Okay, assume that we do not satisfy first condition. Or if you do not satisfy this one, we have to test this one. What it says? His stay in India. That means we stay in India for a period of 60 days or more during the previous year, means 22-23, 60 days or more, and 365 days or more during the four previous years. That means in 60 days or more in the year 22-23, 365 days or more preceding to 22-23. That means 2021-22, 2021, 19-20, 18-19. In these four previous years, if an individual stays more than 365 days in India, then he will satisfy second basic condition. That means first he has to satisfy 60 days or more, plus he has to satisfy 365 days or more stay during the previous year, during the preceding four previous years. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Good. Now, X comes to India and stays in India 100 days every year since last 10 years. Since last 10 years, Mr. X comes and stays in India for a minimum period of 100 days. Now tell me whether he is resident or non-resident.
He is a resident, sir.
Why? How?
He has stayed for minimum 60 days, and also in the previous 4 preceding years, he has stayed for 365 days and more.
Okay. 22, 23, 100 days he stays. 20, 21, 22, 20, 21, 19, 20, 18, 19. Alright? This is my previous year. This is my 4 preceding previous years. Right? This is my 4 preceding previous years. This is my previous year. First basic condition, what it says?
60 days.
First basic condition. 182 days or more.
182
In the previous year. Has he stayed 182 days in the previous year?
No, sir.
No. That means he doesn't satisfy first basic condition. Second basic condition. What it says? 60 days or more during the previous year. Has he satisfies?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Next, 365 days or more during 4 preceding previous years. 365 days or more. Has he stayed in India?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because his stay is 400 days. He satisfies the second basic condition. He becomes resident. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. ABC comes to India on 1st January 23 and stays in India for 200 days. One second, I will just correct. Tell me, he is resident or non-resident?
He is a non-resident, sir. Non-resident.
How?
He has come to India on 2023, so he's been here for a period of 90 days or 90
January,
Feb and
February,
March,
March
for
23.
the
Okay.
previous year, so it's not counted.
January 31, February 28, March 31. That means 90 days. During the previous year, he stays only for 90 days. He has satisfied now 60 days or more.
In the preceding previous 4 years, he has not completed 365 days or more.
How you got to know?
So we are saying he is coming to India for the first time.
That is the catch. Okay. He is coming to India for the first time. That means he hasn't visited India in any of the previous years. Hence, he doesn't satisfy 182 days or more first basic condition, and also the second basic condition of 60 days or more and 365 days or more during 4 preceding years. Hence, he is non-resident. Are you guys understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who is from science background? Who is from science background? Are you guys understanding?
Understanding, sir.
Okay. What about Gahana?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Since you requested, what do you call, little more help. Okay. I will be ensuring that you guys, whenever do not understand, you raise your hands or unmute yourself, stop me and ask me to repeat 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, n number of times until you guys get hold of the provision. Okay. In this
Yes,
question, please beware. They have given 200 days. Don't consider that 182 days he has satisfied the first basic condition and write he is resident and come out of the exam hall saying that I did correctly. Wrong. You need to see the stay in India for 22-23. That means from 1st April to 31st March 23. 1st April 22 to 31st March 23, you need to calculate. Not before that, not beyond that, after that. This stay 182 days or 60 days, you need to calculate for this year. 365 days, before this you need to calculate. Understood? Few people approach the government. I will be staying in India since my age, since my birth. Now I am going out of India for the purpose of employment. Still, whatever I earned in the foreign country during the previous year, I need to pay tax in India. Please give some relaxation. They approached the finance minister, and the finance minister thought they also have the point. So the rules have been framed in such a way that whenever any person who goes for an employment, or rather I will not use that one, for that very reason the government of India has given some exception to certain categories of persons. For them, this 60, the second basic condition is not applicable. That means don't test this second basic condition, only test first basic condition. If this first basic condition is satisfied, resident. If this first basic condition doesn't satisfy, he becomes non-resident. What are those exceptions we need to learn? Okay, there are 3 exceptions given. First exception, Indian citizen. Indian citizen means the person who has valid voter ID and valid passport is an Indian citizen who leaves India during the relevant previous year. In our case, during 22-23, if you are leaving India as a member of crew of an Indian ship, okay, that means the ship outbound to any foreign country and you are working for that shipping company. In that case, or you have gone to foreign countries for the purpose of employment. This employment includes setting up of business or carrying out any profession. Employment means salary, employed, employee, or you start your own business in foreign country, or you start your own profession in foreign country. Profession could be anything. If you are a Bharatanatyam dancer, you could start your academy there. That is comes under profession. If you are a excellent yoga teacher, you can start yoga school in the foreign country. If you are a company secretary, you can start your company secretary office in foreign country. If you are a barrister or advocate, you can start your own office in foreign country. Those are all comes under profession. Business means if you are doing any business, you can start your branch or the new business in the foreign country. Those are all comes under this. Okay. What the first exception to basic condition says? If an Indian citizen who leaves India during the relevant previous year, always for our purpose, for our examination, relevant previous year is 22-23. In that year, if you leave India as a member of crew of an Indian ship or for the purpose of employment outside India, then you need not have to see the second basic condition. You test only the first basic condition. That means if your stay in India is 182 days or more during 22-23, you become resident. Then Indian income is also taxable. Whatever you get in the foreign, that income is also taxable. Income could be salary or profit of the business or profit from the profession. All these things are taxable. Assume you get a job in Google and you will be offered 1 crore per month and you leave India on 31st, on 2nd June, assume. I think around 10 months income you will get 10 crores and in India you are not having any income. You satisfied 182 days or more, you will have to pay tax in India on the 10 crores. That is the first situation I explained. Second situation, on 31st March, you leave India and you get 100 crores salary package. If these exceptions are not there, assume that if you fall into any of the first basic condition or second basic condition, you will be taxed on that 100 crores. Okay, that is not practical, not viable. Hence, the government have framed these rules. Understood? Okay. This is first. Who? Indian citizen. Remember these words. I am highlighting only for you. Remember. Second one. Indian citizen or person of Indian origin. Indian citizen I told. Person of Indian origin means you means not you, any individual, their parents, father and mother, and their parents, father's father, father's mother, mother's father, mother's mother. That means individual, appa amma, parents, grandparents have born in undivided India. Undivided India means what?
Before independence.
Before independence, what are all the countries were part of India?
Pakistan, Burma,
Burma, only
Nepal.
Pakistan, Burma, Nepal, whatever it is. Okay. In undivided India, if your parents or grandparents were born and staying in India, they went to foreign and you born there, you haven't come to India at all, you haven't visited India at all, and you are coming to India on a visit. during the previous year, you are coming to India on a visit during the previous year. In that case, your period of stay should be more than 182 days. Then you becomes resident. Otherwise, you will become non-resident. For that, you need not have to check the second basic condition. To whom? Indian citizen or person of Indian origin who comes on visit to India. Visit means short duration of stay. Okay? Remember all these points. Next, third one. Indian citizen who comes to India on visit and his total income from Indian source. If it is not exceeding 15 lakhs, then you need not have to test the second basic condition. You need to test only first basic condition. When? If his total income not exceeding 15 lakhs. From which source? From Indian source. Okay, then you need to test only the first basic condition. In case of C, that means this one, Indian citizen who comes to India on a visit and his total income, if it exceeds 15 lakhs, assume that you get dividend of 20 lakhs. It exceeds 15 lakhs, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In that case, you need to see the second basic condition. Instead of 60 days, it will be considered as 120 days. You will have to test the first basic condition. If first basic condition doesn't satisfy, you have to see the second basic condition. The word 60 days to be substituted to 120 days. And the other part of the text remains the same, provision remains the same. When? If it exceeds 15 lakhs. If it is not exceeding 15 lakhs, not to be test second basic condition, only the first basic condition to be tested. Understood? In this point, the confusion may arise. In which point? In this point, C. Exceeding 15 lakhs, second basic condition is also to be tested, subject to 60 days to be replaced by 120 days. If the total income from Indian source is less than 15 lakhs, that means not exceeding 15 lakhs, up to 15 lakh is okay. Not exceeding 15 lakhs, then second basic condition is not to be tested because that is an exception. Only the first basic condition of 182 days or more to be tested. If it satisfies, then he becomes resident, otherwise non-resident. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me, what are the exceptions to the second basic condition? Only to the second basic condition exceptions are there, not to the first condition. What are the exceptions? Indian citizen who leaves India during the relevant previous year as a crew member of Indian ship or for the purpose of employment outside India. First one. Second one, Indian citizen or person of Indian origin comes on a visit to India during the relevant previous year. third one, Indian citizen who comes to India on visit and his total income is not exceeding 15 lakhs from Indian source. Then first basic condition to be tested in all these three cases. In the third one, if the total income exceeds 15 lakhs, the second basic condition is also to be tested. Subject to 60 days word should be substituted to 120 days. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me whether he is resident or non-resident. Mr. ABC, Indian citizen, comes to India as a crew member of foreign shipping company on 1st November 22.
He is a non-resident.
How?
So he stayed for less than 182 days.
Next.
And
Anything else? Any other inputs? Foreign shipping company. But the provision says crew member of Indian ship. In this case,
Now he is a citizen, sir. As in
How?
he is, because he has stayed 400 days during the 4 preceding.
but it is saying that foreign shipping company.
But he's an Indian citizen.
Yes, Indian citizen only. Indian citizen who leaves India during the relevant previous year as a member of Indian shipping company. Then you need not have to see the second one. I am not passing the final answer. I am just throwing some lights. Okay, you guys have to tell me with best analysis of the provision. When Indian citizen who leaves India during the relevant previous year as a member of the crew of an Indian ship or for the purpose of outside India, then you need not have to see the second. Once he satisfies this one, he becomes resident, otherwise he becomes non-resident. Okay. Now, I told ABC is an Indian citizen, comes to India as a crew member of foreign shipping company on 1st April 22 and stayed in 400 days during the 4 previous years. Now tell me whether he is resident or non-resident.
Sir, he is non-resident, one, because he's a crew member of foreign shipping company, not Indian.
If foreign shipping company, do I need to apply the second basic condition test also?
No, not required.
Why?
If the first condition itself is not fulfilled, second condition need not be applied.
If first basic condition satisfied, then second condition to be applied.
Not sure, sir. Not getting it.
But sir, since it says Indian ship, right? He has to be a crew of an Indian ship. But here, since the exception itself doesn't apply, the 365 days should apply, and the 60 days also gets fulfilled because he's already been here from November 1st.
I'm asking you, do we need to apply the second basic condition? First thing.
Yes, because Indian cruise ship, he's not a member of an Indian ship. It's a foreign ship.
Okay. Why he went to foreign? Why he is coming from foreign ship? For what purpose he went there? For the foreign company, foreign state.
Employment purpose, sir.
It is also there, no? Here, assume that. Here, Miss Gahana, Indian citizen, comes to India as a foreign member, crew member of foreign shipping company. That means you went for employment there, no? In any of the year, you went for the employment there itself, no?
Yes, sir.
Or you went for the employment during the previous year itself. And you are coming as a member of foreign shipping company on 1st November. That means only when you employed in that company you will be called as crew member of that foreign shipping company, right?
Yes, sir.
That means here also no second basic condition to be applied, only the first basic condition to be applied. Now in this case, 1st November means November 30 days, December 31, January 31, February 28, March 31. Total stay is 151 days. He is non-resident.
Non-resident.
Are you guys understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. We will continue in the next class.